What's up guys, and welcome to Calisthenics. In today's video I'm going to be talking about why controlling every single rep in all your exercises is going to help you to unlock more strength, muscle, and stability gains. So this is something I talk about a lot in pretty much every tutorial that I make, every exercise. I always talk about controlling the movement, controlling the exercise, because in order to do an exercise correctly, to contract the muscles correctly, to avoid injury, you need to be in control. And obviously this can be hard when you're a beginner and you're learning to do an exercise. So this doesn't really count for people that are just trying to learn. Obviously be as careful as you possibly can, but obviously you can't control a perfect pull-up if you don't even know how to do one pull-up yet. But this goes for people that are training and are at a decent level, that can already do all the basic exercises of calisthenics. And just really to emphasize how important it is to control your exercises. So once again, to avoid any injury, to avoid joint damage, to avoid just missing out on reps and gains that you could potentially get if you were doing the exercises correctly, rather than just speeding through the reps and not really focusing on control. So stay tuned, I hope you guys enjoy the video. So guys, I'm going to go through this point by point just to keep it clear. So the first point that I wanted to mention, I did note down here just to make sure I don't forget anything. The first thing that controlling all your exercises, especially with calisthenics, obviously this counts for any style of training. It's going to allow for more muscle growth, more control, which is really important with calisthenics, and just more strength. So when you're doing your exercises with control, you're going to have more time under tension, most probably, because you're going to be doing your reps slower, more controlled rather than speeding through the reps. And this is going to allow you to build more muscle. It's going to make the exercises a lot harder. So when you do an exercise with perfect control, doing perfect reps, they're generally a lot harder than when you speed through them. So this is going to make, it's a form of progressive overload if you're not already doing it and you're just starting to do controlled reps. So keeping in mind that it is a form of progressive overload, that it's going to be harder than what you're already doing if you don't control your reps as much as you are going to be doing from now on, if you do decide to do that. It will allow you to build more muscle, become stronger, obviously, because you're going to have a lot more control of your body weight. And yeah, so it's very important to control your exercises for that reason. And this goes for every single exercise that you can imagine, even a push-up. I know push-ups seem very easy, but if you do it with perfect control, I can guarantee that it is a lot harder. Even though it is still somewhat easy, it will be a lot harder. And yeah, so every single exercise, even the most basic, most easy exercises, just make them as hard as you possibly can and control it to the best of your ability. Another thing that control is going to allow you to do is to focus more on your eccentric portion of the exercise. So eccentric is generally the negative portion. So if you do a push-up, when you push up, that's concentric because you're contracting. And as you lower back down, that's going to be the eccentric. Same with a pull-up. When you lower yourself back down, eccentric. Dips, lowering down, eccentric. So the eccentric portion of the exercise is essentially the portion of the exercise that stretches the muscle and is going to allow for the most muscle growth. So a lot of people say focus on the negative, even with weight training, like when you're doing your bicep curls, you want to lower that weight down. Not too slow, because or else it's kind of, you're not going to get many reps in, but you know, slow it down, control the negative, make sure you're controlling the weight that you're working with. Same principle applies to calisthenics training. You're working with your body weight, it's a form of weight, it's a form of resistance. You want to control it, and the eccentric portion of the exercise is going to be very important if you want to build muscle. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is your joints and your joint health, and this is something I did make a video about very recently, but it does fall under the category of control. So when you're controlling your exercises, obviously you're not going as fast, you're not locking out crazy, you're not going, speeding through the reps, and therefore your lockout is going to be a lot more controlled, and therefore there's going to be less snapping of your joints. And what I mean by that is you're not going to be snapping your elbow into place when you're doing a controlled push-up. If you're doing a controlled pull-up, you're not going to lock out really hard at the bottom of the movement. And the same goes for any other exercise. You're not going to be locking out as hard because you're controlling the movement. You're really focusing on doing the rep, contracting the muscle that you need to contract, that you're targeting with any given exercise, and just focusing on a slow, controlled movement. So definitely good for your joints and avoiding any joint pain that can kind of build up over time after locking out your joints in all your exercises, in all your workouts, and so on. So joint pain, joint health is definitely going to benefit, or you're going to benefit by not getting joint pain or joint health by controlling your exercises a lot more. Now the next point is just kind of an opinion, and some people may agree, some people may not agree, but to me, quality always comes before quantity, especially when you're doing exercises. So the best example that I can think of is people trying to do as many pull-ups as possible in a row. Generally people speed through the reps and do them really quickly and just, okay, my chin's over the bar, that counts as a rep. But a lot of people stretch through chin up, they just kind of do half rep, they don't even come all the way down to the bottom. And to me, they don't really count as reps if you don't do them correctly. So basically what I'm saying is a lot of people, and I'm not saying everyone, a lot of people do reps incorrectly and they don't do it completely. So they don't do 100% of the reps, they may do 80. So they may not lock out all the way at the bottom and they may not come all the way up. And I'm just using the pull-up as an example, but this goes for push-ups, pistol squats, any exercise. The range of motion is obviously going to be very important in order to bring your muscle and take your muscle through the full range of motion and get the most out of every portion of the exercise. So be the person that does all your exercises with as close to 100% perfect form, and yeah, you'll really benefit from it, and you'll know, even though other people may be like, oh, you're only doing 8 pull-ups, at least you're doing it with perfect form, all the way up, all the way down, controlled, and it's a lot harder. People sometimes don't realize it. But yeah, to me, quality, sorry, I almost got that mixed up. Quality always comes before quantity, and control is obviously going to allow you to get quality reps, and that's something that you should definitely focus on if you're serious about building muscle, building strength, and just being overall functional and getting a good quality workout. So yeah, so focus on that, focus on control, and you will benefit from so many different things. So guys, that's what I think about controlling your reps and why I think it's so important. Obviously you can benefit from strength gains, muscle mass gains, your stability is going to improve. Obviously that's very important if you're doing calisthenics training. You can preserve your joint health, and you basically are going to be focusing on doing every single rep with perfect form, and to me that counts for something. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope all these tips make sense. I hope you'll be able to try this yourself. I understand if it's not what you like to do, that's fine. It's just my opinion. It's why I think this is the way I think we should all be training. Perfect form, perfect reps, controlling the movement, contracting the muscles that are supposed to be contracted during each exercise. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Till next time guys, stay strong. Peace out.
Must